welcome to the Ultra League, an XL triple hundo team consisting of Pokemon normally found in the Great League, maxed out and best buddied, performing in the Ultra League. So like and subscribe and turn notifications on, and let's take a look at how this team performs. This team has an awful rating of FDBA, despite performing relatively well, which goes to show you as long as you have a consistent team, know how to play it, know what meta is relevant, you can still do well in GBL, so don't get discouraged. Today we have Lanturn Double Flyer with Noctowl and Altaria. It is an ABB team, weak to Grass, Dragon, and Slight Ground in the lead, which we counter with Flying types, being weak to Ice, Electric, Rock, and Steel, which is covered by Lanturn. Core breakers include Registeel, Stone Edge Quagsire, Poison Jab Roserade, Steel Ground, some Dragons, and Virizion. With Registeel, Zap Cannon, it's neutral on Lanturn, respectively, so are all of our moves. So even Shields match could go either way, and maybe leave some farm for Altaria. I haven't seen too many Ultra League Quagsire, but Lanturn is bulky, as is Quagsire. We can either stay in, take one Mud Bomb, and fire off a Surf, and or count to 5 and catch a Mud Bomb on a Flyer. We can take one non-stab Stone Edge and either grab Shield or switch advantage. Then with Poison Jab Roserade, it's a little scary. All of Lanturn's moveset is resisted, and the poison does neutral damage to our backline, so we have to line it up with Altaria. Those Weather Balls get spammed out pretty quick, but at least it's all resisted, mostly on Altaria, unless they're running Dazzling Gleam or Sludge Bomb. Then for Dragons, if it's flying, we can stay in, like Dragonite. If not, like Guzzlord, we can safe swap into the Noctowl, try for some neutral chip damage, then farm down the rest on Altaria, and hopefully line up Lanturn with the Steels. Then with Steel Ground, although Lanturn can fire off super effective Surfs in case of Excadrill because it's pretty glassy, they usually farm to 7 Mud Shots, so we can Surf and Dip, and or hopefully catch Drill Run on the Flyers. Again, one non-stab Rock Slide we can live, fire off some neutral chip damage. Then with Steelix, we have to go straight Surf, and hopefully shield an Earthquake, and or catch an Earthquake on one of the Flyers, the similar idea. In case of Virizion, we safe swap Altaria because they usually retreat, realign with Noctowl, and Lanturn will hopefully be able to cover the Grass weakness. So we can see here with the Excadrill, it's unfortunate that we did have to go down 2 shields, but Excadrill is glassy enough where we can probably farm down. We will have to shield up this next Rock Slide, but on the bright side we've won switch advantage. And that's what you want when you have a Flyer on the lead. You can realign it with Lanturn. Lanturn is the hard counter, so switch advantage is key. I'm not too concerned about shields. We'll get a couple of them back, or at least one here with the Sky Attack. This will be taking care of the Staraptor, but the Staraptor decides to shield, and then to this next Sky Attack, they will beat us in CMP because Staraptor is extremely attack weighted. They are running Fly this season, which is good. They don't have to have the Brave Bird and lower defenses and have double nukes like that, but we still have to worry about the close combat, so we count to 2, switch, and we hopefully caught the move. Did we catch it? Yes, we caught the resisted close combat on Altaria, and that was good because now there's a Feraligatr. But Feraligatr does have access to Ice Beam, so this is pretty scary. But this Feraligatr actually running Crunch, and we survived, so we're able to get to that Sky Attack and threaten a shield from this Feraligatr, because Feraligatr is pretty glassy, and we do, and hopefully we can farm it down with Lanturn. Although we get farmed down a lot too, so we will have to eat a crunch or 2 here, so this is still getting pretty dicey, but Lanturn is still pretty bulky in the Ultra League. We're able to get to that Surf and take care of this Feraligatr. We don't want to take another crunch. There's just the Staraptor in the back, because one more Spark takes it out. Up and into the next match, we got a positive lead. Lanturn into Feraligatr. We got the Electric on the Water types, so they're going to retreat into Venusaur, and we answer with a Noctowl. We could go either Flyer in this case, but these super effective wing attacks are doing just fine. Noctowl is just as bulky in the Ultra League, so we will be able to tank that Sludge Bomb, and that text glitch is coming back. Niantic, fix your game. The Sludge Bomb is not super effective Let me know in the comments if you guys are still getting that problem, getting a shield with that Sky Attack, and we will have to shield up this next Sludge Bomb. We don't know how much it does. We don't want to get farmed down, so we will have to make it to back-to-back Sky Attacks here to take Switch. So we fire one off and hopefully take Switch or the opponent's next shield. The opponent deciding to shield up the Venusaur, so we're going to go for that next Sky Attack, so we overfarm, and they catch on a Skeledirge. So we should have thrown that super effective Shadow Ball, but this stab Sky Attack will do just fine. We're trying to get to that next Shadow Ball, but we catch, and we don't catch correctly, so we are going to have to eat a move, but the opponent is shields down. They throw a Shadow Ball, and Lanturn still able to tank that. We're going to throw this super effective Surf at the opponent. Skeledirge able to survive on 1 HP, so one more spark takes it out, and the Venusaur comes back into throw. We can save a shield here, because now their shield's down. This Petal Blizzard actually comes through, so they waste a lot of energy not having Frenzy Plant there, so we will be able to safely come in, farm down with Altaria, and it's a good thing that we do because there's a Feraligatr in the back. Now this was only 5 here, so they only made it to a Hydro Cannon, but I shield up the Ice Beam. It is just a Hydro Cannon, so they're probably running Crunch, and we get to that Dragon Pulse. So this Altaria was built way back when, so I don't have Moonblast on it, but this Dragon Pulse just as good, and we combo play with the Noctowl just to secure the win here in case they had a move. Noctowl closing the game for us and taking out the Venusaur. Into the next match, we got Lanturn up against Pidgeot. These positive leads just keep coming. So again, like I said, Switch is important. Shields are important to maintain Switch, should I say here, because this is scary because a Drapion, King of Switch, comes in. They are able to spam out these moves extremely quickly here, so they actually throw Sludge Bomb, which sort of made me think that they had Aqua Tail. So we throw the Sky Attack, and this match is playing out very similar as it is in the Great League. Because Drapion's not the tankiest, but they go Sludge Bomb again, so doing a massive amount of damage to Altaria. But we can one-shield farm down here. This is not a problem to me. So even if it was Aqua Tail, I wanted to shield the Sludge Bomb, but they actually go Crunch. So they could have thrown a Crunch Tar to lower our defense, but we get Switch. Because it's very important here that we want to line up the Flyer with Lanturn, because if we do, then we don't have to worry about shields. Lanturn is a very hard wall to Flyers here, so we don't have to worry about shields in that scenario. We have to worry about shields to maintain Switch. So coming back in with that Lanturn here, this might be the Feather Dance or the Brave Bird, so they will lower our attack first and then go for the Brave Bird. But as you can see here, we will be able to get to this Surf. This Surf might not KO from this range, because Pidgeot decides to shield up. They want to get this next move off, and we will see that Lanturn is still bulky enough to take a Brave Bird. Brave Bird not even tickling Lanturn, and a Poly comes in. So they are core broken by Lanturn in the back. So I clear the debuff just to come in with Noctowl here. I know the Icy Winds will hurt, as they are super effective, but no, Niantic doesn't want to tell me that. No words over my head. Again, Niantic gaslighting me, but we do get some damage through with that super effective Sky Attack. Poliwrath is also kind of bulky here, so I'm just going to let this go and hopefully farm down with Lanturn. So hopefully they don't have Dynamic Punch. We will get the Surf off here just to get their last shield or take out the Poliwrath. So they do want to keep the Poliwrath, obviously, because they are core broken in the back, and they make a move. So we do have to shield this up, even if it's the Icy Wind. We don't want to get sniped by Pidgeot. They lower attack, but it doesn't matter because the Pidgeot is low and dry, and we've made the Thunderbolt. So Lanturn will be closing this one for us, taking out the Pidgeot. Into the next match. This one gets kind of dicey here because we've got a Scrafty on the lead. I know we have 2 responses in the back, so I safe swap into Altaria, hopefully line up the super effective wing attacks later on. So I know Scrafty here can throw the neutral foul plays, but they will have to shield our Sky Attack here. They do go straight for the foul play, but a G-Weezing comes in. So even with Moonblast, this match is miserable. We still can throw the neutral Sky Attacks. This wasn't enough for Play Rough or anything, so I knew it was just a brutal swing, and we can get to these back-to-back Sky Attacks here. Just any chip damage is good chip damage. This Weezing is such a miserable match, but this Altaria is just going off, chipping away with Sky Attack, and getting the Galarian Weezing down to the red with some Dragon Breaths. So a 2200 CP Pokemon still able to deal with a close to 2500 CP Pokemon. I know Lanturn is a good match for this, so I come back in, resisting most things minus the brutal swing, and it does, a little bit of damage, but we can take it. Lanturn's still pretty bulky, but they've built up a lot of energy here, so we will have to eat a few. I'm planning just to farm down here. Maybe I should have shielded something here, because now we're getting pretty low. I know I can tank these, but doesn't mean you should. But we're able to get that farm down and hopefully get some damage off on the Scrafty here. I was debating swapping there right away, but I want to get a little bit of chip damage here with the Lanturn, because I don't know what's in the back yet. They let it go, and we're going to swap into Noctowl here, and there's a Tentacruel. So this probably would have been doable if I shielded one of those brutal swings, because Lanturn, as you can see soon, is going to be way too low health to deal with this Tentacruel. If they do have Acid Spray, they will lower our defense, so Lanturn will not make it to a move versus the Scrafty. So we have to stay in this matchup and shield and hopefully get as much damage off with Noctowl as possible. As you can see, Tentacruel is just as bulky, and these Sky Attacks are doing nothing. So I will let this next move go through and hopefully try to do something with Lanturn here. This next Sky Attack, again, as you can see, is not going to do too much. And I fully charged that too. That was an excellent Sky Attack. So I try to swap into Lanturn, and their clock is up as well. So unfortunately, this power-up punch will not KO, but we are just not in the health range that we need to be for Lanturn. So Glare and Wheezing, kind of a core breaker for this team as well, especially with a Scrafty, so we can see that match. But I am totally okay with a 4-1. Again, Phantom as well, more Arbor League content. So triple XL level 50 teams in the Ultra League are so fun to try out. In my opinion, the XL Pokemon, when powered up fully, operate very similar to their Great League counterparts. Still able to handle the meta relatively well, and able to deal with some top meta picks.
Hey guys, this is future ArborAndy here for a second. I know I apologize for the sound quality, but my mic is breaking, so it's just kind of low on funds right now. So if you do want to support the channel, check out the merch site or Patreon. We got lots of straight out of TM merchandise, so I will leave a link for those in the description below. Thanks a lot, guys.
If you're enjoying the content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn notifications on. It really helps me out. I appreciate it, and it lets you know when I post, because there will be much more Pokemon Go content to come. But thank you everyone so much for watching again. I've been ArborAndy, and I'll see you buds in the next one.